like it.
Yo, it's the Talk That Real podcast. Episode 128.
Episode 128,
man.
Feels like it's been a minute, man. Does it feel like that to y'all? Feel like it's been a little while? Feel like it's been a little second?
Definitely been a minute for me.
Yeah, it definitely has. Well, it's been what, 2 weeks for you?
Yeah, this will be 3.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
third
'cause
week.
2
Jeesh.
One I missed. I was out of town.
Yeah.
Then we didn't do last week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, week 3.
week
Dang, man.
We out here.
It's been a long time. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have left y'all without a good podcast to
Okay,
listen to.
Okay. that was longer than it should have been.
He's not a freestyler.
Yeah, that was longer than
Not
it should have
today in this year of our Lord 2023.
been. Yeah. I was wanting you to stop like the whole time. It's okay.
Well, that's not very friendly of you. Come on, encourage me, man. Build me up.
I'm okay.
Damn. Jeez.
I'm okay.
What kind of friend are you?
A good one. A very good one.
It's not going to encourage you to
Hang
do
my
some
head in
things.
shame. Just hang my head in shame. Shame and embarrassment. You know what I mean?
Oh, as a good friend, I'm going to move on. So,
I think you should.
Yeah,
I think you
that's
should
good.
move
Yeah.
on.
That's
Get it
me
started.
being a good friend.
Yeah, just
That's
keep
me
it
being a
going.
good
Keep it
friend.
moving. It's
You know what I'm
over.
saying?
It never happened.
All right, man. It happened. It definitely happened. All right, man. Hey, we out here.
Mhm.
Scenario, man.
Let's get it.
Y'all
Let's
ready?
get it.
All right. I need help, and I'm desperate.
Ooh, desperate.
I cheated on my husband of 7 years. My friends and I took a girls' trip to Jamaica, and that's when it happened.
This sounds familiar.
I love my husband. anyway, I love my husband. I was just so caught up in the hype of Jamaica. I met this guy that said all the right things,
Oh,
and my friends encouraged me.
had a mouthpiece on.
And it happened.
Your friends encourage you.
Yeah.
Okay?
So our friends encouraged it.
Her friends are trash.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. It ruined my whole trip. I was so devastated, I just stayed in bed the rest of the trip.
Uh-huh.
I told my husband as soon as I got back. He shook his head and left the house. He came home late that night and slept on the couch. That was 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk. Like now we don't talk. We don't touch. We don't even sit in the same room. He won't even eat anything I cook. And today I came home to a U-Haul out front. I desperately want my husband and will do anything.
Uh-huh.
I told him that he can have a free pass, and he declined. I told him he could. I'll buy him a new car, go on a long vacation, and that I'll pay for it. I offered counseling for us, and he declined.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to believe that it's over, but I think it is. As the movers finished packing all his things, I came downstairs to say goodbye, and he told me he will always love me and gave me his wedding ring. What do I do?
Begin your grieving process. It's over.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over.
It's
Start
a
your
wrap.
grieving process. That's it. It's over.
Bruh, gone.
Prepare for the divorce. Like,
Like,
it's over. He's done.
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
I mean, and my thing is like, it sounded like it happened so quickly on a trip. She said it ruined her whole trip. And she spent the rest of her time in bed.
In the bed.
Yeah.
That means it happened like the first or second night.
Bro,
Didn't
as
waste
they,
no time.
as they got to
Didn't waste no
play,
time,
she
yeah.
probably met dude.
Straight to it.
Like, it didn't take.
Oh, man.
She got gamed up like an hour in.
And
Bruh.
again, this probably hurts more for men, because you expect if your woman cheats, you expect it to definitely be some type of emotional tie there that has been built over time.
Mhm.
And that's not justifying it or giving her a reason.
Sure.
But you expect something like that. Like maybe you've been slacking on your stuff and all of that, and then here comes something, and it's being built up over time.
Yeah.
And you felt the distance in between that happening. You felt her pulling away, and then you find out something like that.
Yeah.
First, second night on a girl's trip,
Yeah.
And it seemed like he took his time to finally decide he couldn't take it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he didn't just burn out like the first thing. Like he just was like, this
And
ain't
she's
working.
offering him nothing that matters.
Yeah. Well, counseling maybe.
Yeah.
That wasn't the first thing she led with. So
she said a free pass. like
that's the last thing a dude
no,
wants
it's like
to
what
hear.
a free pass.
I'm gonna tell you why a free pass doesn't work. A free pass has to I can't think of the word, but it has the illusion of them being together.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like he doesn't want a free pass because he's burning out. So like, why would he want a free pass when he's leaving?
Yeah, and then the thing is,
So it's like
he doesn't want another woman. He wants his woman to not be with other men.
Right.
Like,
people offer the free pass trade, like you could cheat on me too, as if that's going to make things even.
Two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, come on now.
Like that's not going to make me feel better. It's only going to make the situation worse.
A lot
now,
worse.
Yeah.
You think that you're going to be okay with this.
Right.
You think that you're going to be able to deal with this. Because if he goes out, take this free pass, and he comes back, as a woman, she's going to want to know every detail.
Oh, 100%.
And if he say it was a time of his life and really mean it,
Yeah.
now she's damaged. The relationship's damaged
the whole relationship.
even more.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he don't tell her, then that's probably even worse because now she has to think about it.
Yeah.
And he's going to paint the worst case scenario when you're just making up your own
I
story.
mean,
And then
it's
she's
going to
think in her head that he's going to continue to hook up with her.
Yeah.
And when he's not like at home, she's going to think that
That's where
he's
he's
hooking
at.
up with her.
It just creates more turmoil and trauma within a relationship.
Absolutely.
He did the right thing.
Yeah.
He did.
And I ain't saying, I mean,
He did the right thing. I'm saying it.
I'm saying he did the right thing, but he did the right thing if he doesn't have the mental or nor the emotional capacity to get past it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
If he felt like he could and all of that, and he went to counseling and all that, like, bro, could have tried it, but you know what's inside of you. You know what you can take and what you can't. You know if you're going to get over something or if you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just know, and maybe he just knew, like.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Because, like, real talk, going out of town and doing something like that, that's
yeah,
wild.
It is.
I mean, it's wild, period. Like,
Yeah,
let me but just to go out of town with some random dude that you just
met.
I
I don't know. Like I said, man.
and her friends. Let's talk about her friends, please.
They're terrible. They're terrible friends.
And so, like, I'm going to tell you, like friends like that will paint a picture that they want you to be happy.
Yeah,
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So their justification is that we wanted you to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then so if she was to get mad at her friends, that's what they're going to come back with.
Yeah.
Like, we just saw you sad and we just want you to be happy and to enjoy your life and blah, blah, blah.
I mean, because the thing is, like, that's why you need good people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I am grateful for this man right here because
I'm like, what?
this man, right?
I thought you were talking about the dude.
I mean, no, you, because I'll be 100. Like, we was out of town, and I wasn't in a good place.
Yeah.
Like, emotionally, everything, and where my relationship at that time was, I wasn't in a good place. And then liquor get involved. You're not in a good place.
Yeah.
People start saying the right stuff in your ear and all that. And at that point, I was in a place where I'm like, I'm ready to say skip all of this.
Right.
And I was just there, and that's just being 100. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Life ain't where it is. Skip it.
Yeah.
And I had made up my mind.
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah. I was just like, it is what it is. That's how I felt in that moment.
Yeah.
It would have been a horrible, bad decision.
100%.
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Real bad.
But I didn't have no friends egging me on like, do what makes you happy.
Yeah, like what?
You was like, nah, bruh, this ain't it. This ain't what you want to do.
I got my nigga back. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna let you make no
and I
horrible
appreciate
decision.
it. I didn't at the moment.
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, hey, man, let me go.
Right. You did say that. You did say let me go.
Let me go. But I had a real friend
It's fair.
that was like, nah, skip where life is at, all of this, in your right mind and in a better emotional condition. you would not do this.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to allow you to do this now.
Yeah.
And that's what her friend should have told her.
100%.
Like, hey, you got a good husband.
How would they
at
tell
home.
her that and they trash? A trash friend can't tell you that.
All of
They
them.
can't tell you good things.
Like
real talk, I wonder how many it was.
Like all of them.
I wonder how many it was.
It's a girl trip, so it had to be at least 2
I'm
or
gonna
3
tell
other
you,
chicks.
bro.
Yeah,
And this is I don't.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to go on my soapbox or anything,
But you about to.
but it's
Got you.
like a lot of times the good women go silent. Like when they don't, like, even if they disagree with it, they go silent.
I got you.
They don't step up
Mhm.
and say things. And I believe that happens in times where even when women, as far as like they having a good man or they having a good husband or something like that, and then other women are talking bad about men in general, and talking about husbands. Like a lot of times, man, I've seen where women with good men don't say anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that is hazardous to I think like women friendships.
Mm-hmm.
When it's just like, hey, like if you got a good dude or something, hey, tell your story or something. Like you don't even gotta say something. Like for instance, she could have pulled the girl to the side, like, hey, one of them friends, like, hey, this ain't,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a good decision.
But I'm saying, man, like they stay silent on stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure not everyone. It probably was one main one, one that fed off the main one, and then the other one just co-signing,
And then one that's just indifferent.
and one who just indifferent and silent.
Yeah.
Who might as well egg their own. She ain't say
That
nothing.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Yeah. So man, get you some good friends, man. Damn. And especially go
That's
down
what she
town
should do.
with.
Get rid of your friends.
Yeah, for real.
Quote unquote friends.
And so, like I said, I mean, I hope if you listen, I hope you really understand. We're not really suggesting stuff for you to do.
Because no, we are suggesting.
Yeah, like,
we're suggesting you start your grieving process.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
your marriage is over.
Nothing we're suggesting is like getting him back.
Yeah, because he's not coming back.
Because I'm gonna tell you, the only way he comes back is because he wants to.
And right now, it doesn't sound like he wants to.
You're not gonna play a big part
At all.
of him coming
You're not
back.
gonna play
if
a
he
part,
chooses to come
period.
back.
I mean, I ain't gonna say she ain't gonna play a part. I mean, because
What if they got kids?
I think she would
She
have
ain't
said
say anything
that.
about she
Okay,
probably
all
says
right,
they had
all right.
kids.
Yeah, he gone.
I mean, because the one thing, he gave her wedding ring back, but the one thing he left with is "I will always love you," and that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
So he didn't leave angry.
Yeah.
Oh, he was angry.
I'm saying, no, he left hurt.
Fair. Very
Yeah.
fair.
He left.
Very fair.
He left hurt.
Yeah.
But to be able to articulate "I always love you" also kind of is like peace too,
Which is
So-
even worse.
Which is even worse.
I think if he would have left angry, she probably would have had a
She would have
shot.
probably had a chance if he was angry.
yeah.
But I mean, only thing she can do is carry on, better herself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and in a sense, not to prove it to him, but just become a better person herself.
Yeah. Learn, grow.
And then he may take light of that. He may take note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just never know. So I ain't gonna say it's completely
Yeah.
because you never know.
You don't.
That's true. You
and
never know.
You don't always.
That's true.
I mean, like in life, man. Like you don't
But you got it.
you don't get like do overs like that. Like a life, like life isn't like that.
Some things you can't come back from.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like this is not like Mario back in the day where
Get
you
a little extra
fall down a
life.
little
Yeah.
thing or something, then you come right back.
Nah, you don't get an extra life.
Like it ain't you don't get those, man. So it's just like, hey, perfect world, you would have never cheated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In a perfect world, you would never cheated. And so, but like I said, it happened.
Gotta live with the consequences.
Actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So the only thing you can do now is like learn from it.
That's it.
And like learn from it, you bounce back and say, hey, this is something I did, own up to it, and be better. Like that's what you could do. Like if you ask them what you do, be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be better.
Don't lose your next dude the same way.
Yeah. And she could still go to counseling herself too, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, deal with whatever inner stuff she has to deal
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
But it was more than just you getting caught up in Jamaica and wanting to have a good time. In Jamaica.
100%.
Yeah.
She has to realize that first.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if she's there yet.
she's not. The beginning of her story was all justification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She-
Sound like him.
She wanted to have a good time, caught up in Jamaica.
He said the right
He
thing.
said all the right
Mhm.
things.
My friends
Her
egged me
friends
on.
egged her on. All of that is justification.
Yeah.
And not, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Just
I
period.
made a horrible decision.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And that could play a part in him. Like if she said all the stuff that she just said there to him, he ain't hearing nothing sincere either.
Mm.
Yeah.
He just hear you blaming everything else for what you did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Instead of saying you simply made a bad decision.
Right.
Because
right.
like that needs to be the bulk of the conversation, not these little things like you can have a free pass or
Yeah.
I can buy you something.
And ain't
It's
no
like-
no car and none of that gonna make up for what
Hey,
you
buying me
did.
a car is wild.
Like you have first
Now,
like
every
you
time I
have
ride
to,
this car, I got to think of yours.
yeah.
yeah.
And first of all,
in a way.
you're not no, if it's a really nice car, you're not buying it flat out. So I'm making payments on it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
So
taking
it's
money
like-
from
we
the
have
house.
extra
Yeah, so we just got an extra bill. You've done nothing for me.
Right.
That's hilarious.
But
what I'm
gave
saying.
me
So,
another bill.
All she doing is justifying and that,
man.
and that's all he's hearing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why he left.
Instead of just saying, you know what, I was wrong.
Yeah.
This is all on me. I made a horrible decision, not a
Yes.
mistake. You made a horrible,
Facts.
conscious,
Yeah,
bad
you
decision
made a choice.
and a
Yes.
choice, and you got to own that
Yep.
and be like, hey, I made a bad decision, and it wasn't my best moment in life,
Yeah.
and I wish that I'd never done this to you.
That's
And,
it.
You know, and that's it.
That's
it.
the end
Like
of it.
like that. Like that's it. Like I made the decision. You know what I'm saying? It's like Rece said. Like owning it will help you.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you, that's it's like pre-work when you go to counseling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, real talk.
when you go to counseling, like do some pre-work. Like think about that. And so when you get to counseling, like I'm gonna tell you, it can help get to the through the process smoother.
Mhm.
But you have to own it. Like you have to own it.
And then you got to
Like nobody made you do anything.
Right.
Then you got to show the understanding. Hey, I'm owning this. This is all me. I want you. I want our marriage to work. I want us to be able to work through this. But I understand.
Yeah, like you gotta understand why he
But
left.
Yeah.
I understand.
Like,
if
I
this is
get
too-
it.
If this is too much for you
Yeah.
and you don't want to leave, you have to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm, sorry for you.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
I said, man, you know, you really have to like I said, man, and like get some new friends, man. You know, and if you feel like they solid friends, whatever, but you need to talk to them. Like you need to have a conversation. Like they didn't make you do that, but
coulda helped
I
stop
would
you.
I would say I would let them know that I would like friends, the type of friends that discourage me instead of encourage me to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
fair.
Like that's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? It's
definitely
like
fair,
so like they didn't make her do it.
definitely
but-
if it's something that's outside of your character.
Mhm.
Like
Real talk.
if you're about to make a decision, like if I'm about to make a decision to move that's outside of what you know me to be and know me to do as my friend,
Yeah.
it's not only like it's not on you, but yeah, I will go far and say it's your duty as my friend
Yeah.
to step up and say something.
Yeah.
That's why you're in my life.
Yes,
Right. No,
I mean,
real talk.
like you're not like, and this is being real. Your friends are not there just for y'all to kick it and have fun.
Hey, real talk. Though.
I mean, it's like real talk.
Yeah.
Like there's an other side of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's their duty to be like, nah, hey, you are better than this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I know you, and the person that I know won't do what you're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go through with this, I'm telling you right now, you're going to regret this, or you're not going to be okay with this in the morning, the next day, or 5 years down the line.
Right.
Whatever that case may be. Like a good friend is going to tell you that. A
Absolutely.
good
And
friend
say
ain't going to
your
just sit
piece.
back and watch you ruin your life.
Say
I would hope
say
not.
say your piece, man. You don't gotta like rag on them about it. You don't gotta treat them bad or whatever. You say your piece and let people decide what they're gonna decide.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because then they can't ever come back like you say, have a conversation with them. if they did that, ain't no conversation to be had. But
Yeah.
I should have listened.
Yeah.
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 Like, bro, I told you not to. I don't know what to tell you.
Because now I don't understand really what the conversation is.
Yeah.
Why y'all let me do that?
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, you made this
Yeah,
decision.
you a grown
Yeah.
woman.
I just supported what I thought you wanted to do. Is all they gotta say.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell
Dang.
you. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Stand on
said,
it, baby girl.
be better, man. Dude's gone. And I'm not gonna say he's gone forever because who knows. But I'm gonna say, like, for right now, dude's gone.
That nigga's gone.
And your focus,
He's
your focus shouldn't be getting him back, because right now you're not what he needs, in my opinion. Like, he don't need this version of you. He needs a better version.
Sure.
And you're not that better version yet. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's stuff that gets like swept on the rug, then it happens again.
Hey, man, count your losses and just let it rock.
Hit the dusty
Yeah.
trail.
Like,
Yeah,
that's it. It's
man.
over.
Man,
Clap it up for growth.
He didn't even tell you. He just
Some
showed
free
it to
dating
you.
app.
You
Yeah,
all.
that's what I'm saying. He didn't say that. He just got a truck.
yeah.
That's it. It's
You
over.
should
Did you
look-
say it's free dating apps?
Yeah, like you feel like a dating app or something. Like,
That's
I
crazy.
don't know.
That's crazy. Talking about she just cheated. Go ahead and get on a dating app.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm saying, like
In the
once you
future?
go through counseling and all that,
Yeah.
and you ready to get back out there.
Hey, that's crazy.
If you see him on there, don't swipe right. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
That's wild.
It is what it is. Is you rolling?
Is you rolling, man?
Is you
Who want to go first? I
You
guess
got it.
I will. All right. Here we go. And it reads, until a man finds his purpose, he doesn't know what to look for in a woman besides physical attraction.
False. I'm not rolling.
You not rolling?
I'm not. Like, to me, that's something that sounds nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you gotta have your purpose. You gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you can still know what type of woman you want. Like, it doesn't have to be detailed out of like what your purpose is in life.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still know the type of woman you want. Now, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, because like I said, certain women are better at certain things and they can help you with long line and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I just don't believe that you have to.
I'm not rolling with it either.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
torn. I am torn on this
Okay.
because I do feel like if you know your purpose, in a sense, you have a real strong understanding of what you need and who you need
Mm-hmm.
and the characteristic traits and all of that can aid and abide and help you get there.
Okay.
I'm also a believer, though, that sometimes the right significant other can help you find that purpose.
Which is why I'm not rolling. Because of that reason right there.
Because sometimes you just out here winging it
Yeah.
and trying to make it, and you run into the right person and they can see things in you and help pull things out of you that you didn't even know was inside of yourself.
And let's keep it a buck. Most people are out here winging it. Most people.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
People get real deep with stuff like this. And I'm like,
It
I
sounds
don't think it's
good.
got to be that deep.
It sounds good.
Because I think I agree with Lowe's. You can know what you want in a significant other and not necessarily know your quote unquote purpose. I mean, at that point in your life, your purpose could just go to work and let your light shine at work, however that may be. You know what I'm saying?
or-
It could be something as simple as that. I think people just have made it so deep.
Or
You know what I mean? Like-
or like to live your life.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, it's like there are things like I feel like sometimes like a person is like, you know, it's like a purpose is something like so lofty.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like so lofty, and I believe that, you know, you put on here to do these things, and you there are things you can do along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, like there's a purpose in just living and enjoying life.
I'm rolling.
Like there's a purpose in just really like being who you are,
mm-hmm.
raising your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
real talk.
Like raising your family, like being like a good friend, a good husband, a good son, a good, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like there's purpose in that, but it's just like if we try to find this lofty thing, like like I'm here to, save 5 people,
Yeah,
like what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just like come on, let's really.
That can move into our main topic.
Yeah,
What you just said.
I mean, but but at the same time, like I do agree that we all are created for a reason,
yeah,
and there is a greater purpose beyond sometimes what we can see in the moment.
mm-hmm.
So I think some things are too lofty. I agree.
Right,
but I
right.
think some things also are deeper than what we try to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's finding that healthy balance. And sometimes you find that before a person, sometimes somebody helps bring that out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I say I'm torn because I get what they're saying. And because I think a lot of people say that because of, as men, most people will say that we are created to lead.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes people would think, okay, if you don't know your purpose, how can you lead?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know where you're going,
Yeah.
and all of that. So then it's like, but it's at the same time, sometimes the right significant other can help you be a better leader.
Yeah.
Like, so
Real talk.
I think it just all really ties together that, and it's vice versa. Sometimes a woman may just be taking it day by day, and then she get with the right man, and he's able to see the gifts and talents that's inside of her,
Mm-hmm.
and his leadership is really in supporting her and what she wants to do.
100%. Yeah.
Because he just realizes and sees something in that, like, hey, because leader don't mean in the forefront all the time.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It's a lot to that, in my opinion, that just leaves me kind of, I'm on roll because it's trying to make it so definite,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it is that. So
Yeah.
I mean, just like saying that since you don't know that you're gonna just be off the physical.
yeah,
That's not.
Yeah.
that's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm not rolling with that part at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, Rece.
You want her to submit,
Uh-oh.
take her out of survival mode.
If you want her to submit,
Take her out of survival mode. Are you rolling? Man, king.
Man, king.
If you want her to submit, young brother, take her out of survival mode.
So
I hate this whole conversation
Yeah.
about submitting and all that. I really do.
I-
I hate it.
I would say that I can say I'm not rolling. And I'm not rolling because you can be submissive in the midst of being in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not rolling because it's not an either or.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an either or. And honestly, it's like, I don't know. I mean, that's y'all can talk to me about this one. I don't know if it's the guy's job to take her out of survival mode. I
Okay.
feel like she has to be. I feel like she has to want to come out of that and to understand that she doesn't have to be there in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that knowledge, that's going to get her out of survival mode
Mm-hmm.
quicker than anything he can do. That's what I feel.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't really think that it's the man's job to do that. Now, I think that he can do things in a way that, maybe help her to not feel like she has to be in survival mode, whatever that may mean.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think people just kind of throw stuff out there, and it's like, well, what does that even mean? What does that look like? What does survival mode look like? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, he can assist in that, but it's like at the end of the day, it's a mindset.
Right.
If you're gonna be in survival mode, you're just gonna be in that. And because to me, at the end of the day, it comes down to like trust. If you feel like you got to be in survival mode with somebody, there's a lack of trust in some area.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then it goes back to the conversation we always have about submission. It's not a natural thing to do for everyone. submitting is just, it's not natural. You know what I'm saying? In a sense of it's not something that comes naturally that you just do. So it's just kind of like submission is a decision. You have to make a decision to submit. A woman to a man and vice versa.
And
it's a decision.
And like I said, it's, I mean, Coach,
No, you good. You good.
So I like, there's just a ugly side, ugly viewpoint, in my opinion, about submission.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and people, you know, they say the wildest things. They say that a woman will submit with the right man, and you know what I'm saying. And they say like, why should a woman submit? And you know what I'm saying. Like my thing is this: men, there's a conversation to be had that sometimes men submit a lot more than women submit.
It's a conversation to be had, sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like in a healthy relationship, there's going to be submission in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be both ways. But like there's like the man is like that's who I feel should be the leader of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Should be leading. You know what I'm saying? Now, as people who've been in a supervisor role, manager's role, you know that you have to know the people that you are supervising and managing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can learn from those people. You know what I'm saying? When I was a supervisor of my employees, there's been times where I've tried something and I was like, hey, you know, we're going to do it this way. And then they come to me, hey, you know, this ain't really working for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if we do it this way. Now, I can say, no, we're going to do it the way I said.
Yeah.
And I had the type of employees that would say, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, because they were amazing employees.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to be a type of person like, you know what? If it's not working,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Then I'm okay to change, because I had to look at my employees and say, these are amazing employees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing something that is not going well with them. So it's not that they lack something.
Yeah.
It's what I'm asking needs to be looked at.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, and I think that's stuff that needs to be workshopped in relationships too. It's like, if you're asking of something, of someone or something, and it's just a bunch of pushback, look at what you're asking.
Right.
Because some people just be like, submit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, look at what you're asking and look at the person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If she's normally submissive to things and she's normally like goes with you along with things, and this is just really hard for her, like inquire like why is this thing so hard?
Yeah.
Because there's it's just something deeper, or there's a story behind it.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of went off the rails a little bit.
It's all right.
You
It's
know
okay.
what I'm saying? I kind of got my soapbox a little bit.
My thing is,
It happens.
it is not the man's job to get you out of something he didn't put you in.
Mm-hmm. I'm rolling. Yeah.
Like, and I'm not trying to be cold, but like, if I meet you and you're in survival mode, only thing my job is to be good to you, treat you, loving kindness, all of those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Love you properly, like in the best way that I know how. If those things so-called pull you out of survival mode, cool.
Right.
But it's not my job to go in there and be like, oh my gosh, she's in survival mode. I got to pull her out of this.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I can't tailor myself to you and everything like that, because I'm not doing the best thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She has to start asking the hard questions and evaluate, why am I in survival mode?
Yes.
What put me in survival mode? Do I even want to be out of survival mode?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like
Ding, ding.
it has to be all of these things to come together, because saying she'll submit once you get her out of survival mode, it is hard to submit while she's in survival mode.
Right.
Because survival mode is telling you everybody's against you, no one is for you, don't trust nobody, keep all of your guards up,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. if she's doing all of that, she can be rejecting everything that this man is trying to put out.
Right.
So it's hard. It's not that she'll submit once you take her out of survival mode. Maybe he can be the leader that she needs him to be if she comes out of survival mode, so that she can truly see who he is.
That's fair.
And
definitely fair.
I feel like he's not. I feel like he's putting something like you're putting something like pressure on something that shouldn't be. Like, for instance, saying, once I get this new job, man, like all my problems gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once I get this new car, like I ain't gonna never have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't put all that onto a job for it to do that.
Yeah.
So you can't say once she's out of survival mode, she's just gonna submit. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, she doesn't like if a person is stuck in survival mode and that's where they've always been at, they probably don't even know themselves outside of survival mode.
Right.
So they don't know how they're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, it's like telling a man and switching and saying, this man to be vulnerable if you provide a safe space for him. If all this man ever known was non-safe places,
Right.
Just because you may be a safe place, but because all he known is non-safe places, it's still gonna be hard for that man to be vulnerable with you, no matter how safe you make the place, until he decides that I don't want to be in this cage no longer.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having to be in this hard shell all the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then he'll be able to open his eyes and see, like, oh man, it ain't as bad as over here as it always been.
Right.
But long as he has the viewpoint of this is not a safe place because nothing else was a safe place, it don't matter how safe the place is, he's never going to see it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Real talk.
So yeah, I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
I said all that to say.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we just like that survival mode stuff. Like I said, I think you said it, like you really answered it really well when you first said, like, he didn't put you in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't put you in there because, like I said, like if he put her in survival mode, he can look at the things he did to put her there and then say, okay, this is where I need to get right, so get her out of it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He doesn't know what all the stuff that got her there.
How you got there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he don't know how you got there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, but she does.
Because the only thing he can do, only thing she can do, vice versa, in these type of situation, is say, "Hey, this is a safe place,"
Right.
and assure him of that. Then he has to make the decisions. Vice versa. Only thing that he can do is say, "Hey, I'm here for you."
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to be in survival mode no more.
Yeah.
You don't have to protect yourself so much. I got you. He can reassure her.
Right.
And then she just has to make the decision whether she's going to step out of it.
Yeah.
That's all that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, I definitely agree. And like I said, I definitely think I think we need to look at submission and just really get a better understanding of what submission is
real talk.
and what it looks like. Because I feel like there is a society thing, you know what I'm saying, that paints submission in the picture. And I think sometimes, and this is my opinion, I feel like sometimes women rebel against submission based off how society views submission and not really how that person they're with views submission.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
And I just
Yeah.
think culturally or however genderly, with men and women, we look for excuses to stay how we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's not leading natural, so I'm not submitting. He's not pulling me out of survival mode. So no, you're just looking for reasons not to submit.
Yes.
And vice versa, dudes. Oh, well, it's never been a safe place, so I'm not going to be vulnerable. She hasn't done this, so I'm not going to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
We're looking for reasons to stay hard and tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we making all of these excuses to simply stay the way we are instead of just all of us openly admitting it's not okay
Right.
to be the way we are and actively making a change instead of blaming everybody else for the way that we are.
Yeah. No, real talk.
And I'm gonna tell you that that blaming everybody else, man, that blaming people stuff, like it's not going to get you where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like her waiting on him to get her out of survival mode, it's not going to get her out of survival mode.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but because like I was saying real quick, let's just say he does. Let's just say he gets her out of survival mode, right? Then to me, whether or not she's in survival mode hinges on him.
She's giving him too much control.
Yeah. So it's like if he is out of the picture, then you don't like he has all the power.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to do your own work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The moment he leaves, the moment he messes up or whatever the case and makes a mistake, you go right back to survival mode because you didn't do the work to pull you out. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or that's at least how we make it, you know, that we're making it seem like we have to be responsible for our own stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's okay. Like that's okay.
You're not submitting.
It has to be okay. Hell, it's your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like what I'm saying. It's like it's okay if you deal with your stuff.
Yeah.
You're not vulnerable because you don't want to be vulnerable.
There
you
it
haven't
is.
made the choice to be vulnerable. You haven't made that decision. You're not submitting because you haven't made the decision to submit. You don't want to submit.
There it is.
So yes, some things happen in life
Yeah.
that cause you to go into survival mode. It's up to you if you're going to stay there or not.
Yeah.
Yes, some things happen, man, in life to make you not be vulnerable with other people. It's up to us if we're going to stay there or not.
Right.
And we got to get out of our feelings, man. You know,
Simple as that.
like we have to get out of our feelings and we have to start
Easier said
dealing in the actuality. Yeah,
Yes.
you just said nothing, but
100%.
but we have to deal in the actuality, and we have to let actuality like help us with our feelings.
Because we put too much pressure on other people to be perfect when we don't.
When we're so imperfect, and that's what's wild.
It's like,
right.
If I was perfect, I
can hold you to that standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, it's just like I can't, like I don't know if everybody else, but I got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I done did a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that's done happened.
Yeah.
And so when people do stuff, hey, I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts.
Straight up.
Real
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Real.
feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's reality.
it's reality.
It's like, but we put so much pressure on somebody else as if they're the one responsible for our healing. They're the one responsible to pull us out of survival mode. They're the one responsible to help us be more vulnerable. No, like you have to do the work yourself.
Yes.
And the right partner will aid you in that.
Sure.
By all means, I don't want to discount having the right people in your life.
No,
the
right,
right
right.
friends, the right significant other, the right circle around you will aid you and help you through these things. But you got to make some real life tough decision to realize you are where you are because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am where I am because of me.
Mm-hmm.
And the decisions I made, whether it was a decision I made or a thing I allowed.
Yeah. Real talk.
I am here where I am because of me, and I can't blame anybody else for that.
Yeah.
And that's not to discount some things. Sometimes things happen to us.
Yeah, some things happen that you didn't ask for.
Yeah, that you don't ask for, or you or that hit hard and things like that. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, I'll speak for me. What I'm saying is that it's not the other person's job to get you out of that mode of survival.
But they didn't put you there. They can
You know
love
what I'm
you through
saying?
it.
It's like they can help you through it. They can coach you. They can do all these things, but you have to do the work.
Yep.
It's not like this. It's not a deadlift.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you in a hole, and I reach down to like, you know what I'm saying, to get you up, and you ain't kicking, you ain't trying to like pull yourself. You just there hanging. I'm like, bro, like you gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
So it's just like we have to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
All right. That was good.
Yeah. That was the podcast.
That was
right
the
there,
podcast.
you know what I mean?
Man.
Listen, I like it. All right, man. Mine's quick.
Okay.
Mine's quick. All right, so It's a little setup. Okay, so man marries a woman. The woman has a kid already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 1 to 2 years old
Okay.
when they get together, when they get married. 10 years later, they get a divorce. All right. Should that man be responsible for child support for the kid that he didn't have? Should he be like, okay, I have to like should he be responsible for taking care of this kid, like child support?
It's the father in the life.
It was a father in life. Let's say no. Let's say no.
Being the man that I am, I'm coming through for Shorty. That's that. Like, I ain't saying that's what should happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 years in, this is my kid.
Yeah.
And I can't. That's just the hard part. For me, if we've been together 10 years, so I've been in, and this kid was 1. That means I've been in this kid's life for 9 years. This is my child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, should I have to be responsible for it? In a sense, no.
Mm-hmm.
But within definitely most legal states, once 10 years happen, everything
That's it.
Everything
Yeah.
is tied together.
That's it.
So that whether you want to be or not, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But just take out the legal part of it. This is my kid.
I would say this. It would be the honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
And as an honorable man, I would do the same. But if a dude decided, nah, I ain't doing that,
I can't be mad at him.
I can't be mad at it.
You know, and,
You know what I mean?
So this just me, you know. I probably would be like, dang, it's messed up. You know what I'm saying? like if somebody, if one of my friends were to say, hey, you know, I I'm not supporting it, I'm not helping out with that kid no more, blah blah, or nothing. Like I will say, dang, that's kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't be mad at them, but I can't because and like I said, the things that we have the most problem with, in my opinion, are the things that other people do that we wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, you know, that's just something I wouldn't like. I couldn't. I don't know. That's just not my personality.
Because my thing is like I'm always in the seat of this kid didn't ask for this.
Yeah. That's
This kid
real.
didn't ask to be here. This kid didn't ask for me and his mama to start messing around. This kid didn't ask for us to break up 10 years later after he didn't got tied to me.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for all of this.
Yeah.
So, like, now, if I am going to be financially responsible and have played that part, I still should be allowed, whether I'm his biological father or not, to have a play in his life as well.
Yeah.
Now, if she's planning on taking him where I don't have a play in his life because I'm not his biological father, I should not have to be financially responsible.
Now I do agree with. So like if you're gonna play up that I'm not the biological father, then don't.
You gotta just back all the way away.
Yeah, but it's like if it's also stuff to where, I mean, like I said, I'm not like I don't like there's not gonna be something that the kid needs and I can provide that the kid won't get.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't know about I don't know, and I don't know how this is gonna look. Like I don't know if I'm sending money or it's like, hey, call me when you need me. I don't know how it's gonna look.
I don't know.
But it's but I can say that if you need something, I got you.
Like, I mean, cause like my girl, she has a son, and we headed towards being involved for 3 years. I'm tied to this little guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my guy.
Yeah.
And if something was to happen between me and her, now it wouldn't be necessarily, she wouldn't at all look for a financial thing. And his father is well in his life, and is well stepped up to the plate, and it does everything. But emotionally,
Yeah.
I'm tied to this kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it would. I don't want to see it without a little homie. Like that's my guy now.
Yeah.
No,
Like I
real
look
talk.
at him like whatever I do for mine, he can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one.
It is. It definitely
Yeah.
is.
And like I said,
Hopefully, just handle maturely.
yeah, and I think that's the thing is just like you when things like that, which a lot of times people don't, but you have to keep them in mind
Mhm.
when
Right.
you're handling things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just and you have to be like keep them in mind like how you handle things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't push somebody away and do this when you know you're going to need some help.
That's real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you be careful.
Burning bridges, you know
You
what
know
I
what I'm
mean?
saying?
Like,
Don't burn bridges. Hey man, listen, I am a fan of that, man. Don't burn bridges, man, because stuff comes back around.
Yeah, no, real talk.
You
You,
know what
never
I'm
know.
saying?
You
You-
never know.
You talk bad to somebody and you know what I'm saying, 10 years later you come back and you interviewing with them.
Hey, no, that's real
Like
talk.
I'm saying, like
You
stuff
never know,
like
boy.
that stuff is not far fetched, man. Like that
I mean,
stuff happens.
That's my life right now.
Huh?
Like my supervisor that I interview with, that's my direct boss.
Uh-huh.
I worked with him on the same level like 20 years ago,
Oh, wow.
and walked in there like when. Thank God I didn't say nothing crazy or talk about him or do nothing crazy
Yeah.
to him
Yeah.
20 years ago
Yeah.
when we was 20-something years old, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And here I am having to interview, hoping to get this job where
Hey,
I'm
that's
at, where
facts,
a job I
yeah.
love now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what if I'd have dogged this dude back in the day?
Yeah, no, real
He'd have
talk.
seen me like, oh, no,
Yeah.
never.
Maurice?
Yeah.
Get out of my office.
Right.
For
Yeah.
real.
So
Yeah, don't burn no
that's tough.
bridges,
Don't
man.
burn no bridges,
Yeah,
man.
don't.
You never know.
yeah. All right, man. I guess we should talk about the main topic.
An hour in.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hey man, main topic, man. The good, the bad, the ugly of the Christian church.
Mm.
Of church.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you. It's like so many things like flash through my head.
Yeah.
But I was like, so I'm thinking of, I would say this. How do y'all feel when people say like because the thing that people really express with all this is church hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And how do y'all feel about church hurt? Like, do y'all think it's a real thing?
Mm-hmm.
And like how like I don't know if y'all experience it or not, but like how do y'all feel when because that's a lot of people's story
Yeah.
that have this church hurt. So it's like how y'all like what do y'all?
I mean, I empathize with it.
Yeah.
I get it. You kind of build those relationships with people and you kind of build that trust with them
Yeah.
and, all that relationship with them. And then something happens or whatever that kind of, kind of puts you in a space or whatever. So I empathize with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would use that as an excuse to not like be involved though in the church. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I say that because it's like, I mean, I'm sure you've been in other situations on your job or somewhere else where somebody has hurt you and you still go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, although I get it and I understand it, I don't know if I would use that as an excuse to not be involved in the church,
I feel that.
if that makes sense.
I feel
Yeah.
Excuse me, Lord. Sorry in advance. I feel like church hurt is total bullshit.
Okay.
It's fair.
Okay.
You've been hurt by a person
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the church.
Yeah.
Church ain't did shit to you.
Yeah.
That is my true raw feeling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like somebody in the church, you had a loftier expectation of this person
Mm-hmm.
because they're in church, and you forgot that you're still dealing with a imperfect person just like you,
Yeah.
and this person hurt you, and now it's like I have church hurt.
Yeah.
Now I do understand it to a higher degree if it is somebody that was in leadership in the church, because some people be talking church hurt, and this is just a regular member.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't like how the greeter greeted you.
right.
Yeah. People looking at you funny.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
like
that's real.
little things like that. Now, if the pastor done something to you, or something against you, or a leader of the church, cool, but you still not. It's not church hurt. you got hurt by a person that just happens to go to the church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you can separate those things and deal with this person accordingly, then you wouldn't be so off by other churches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have went through several churches and dealt with some of the same things of this type of hurt, my question is, have you examined yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you. I want y'all to see how y'all feel about it. How you feel about church hurt has a lot to do with where you are in your walk with like Christ, like where you are in your life,
Okay.
like your maturity
Mm-hmm.
and like God. So like, for instance, I feel like a lot of times when there's a deep church hurt is at the beginning stages of a person in church.
Okay.
And the reason why is because when we are when we first, now I say we, but I'm saying like when a person first goes into the church and they see all these people, they're like all like everybody's like this super saint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have this super saint and like they're like so much above them. So when they do something to them, it's not a singular thing. It's like that's what people at the church do. But as you mature, you realize that that's what that person did.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the maturity of a person has a lot to do with how they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
I'm rolling with that.
yeah, the maturity part definitely. And
Definitely
I
roll
mean, and
with
sometimes you can be a mature person and your emotions are going to get the best of you. It happened. I mean, it happened to me, and I tried to blame like the church, like the people at the church, man, ain't all, and it's like, no, like I played a part in this,
Mm-hmm.
like, cause I won't say I was angry, but like when I went through the divorce on the level that I had to go through it on, and on the platform I had to go through it on, like I felt let down by the church. But then as I came out of the hurt that was just in the shame of the whole thing, I had to realize like I didn't really feel let down by the church. I felt like I let the church down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I had to change my perspective. I was expecting things from certain people, and I had to realize, like, my actions put all of these people in a weird position.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them may not even knew how to respond. Hell, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, again, it was a loftier expectation on people than what it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't handle everything the right way in the midst of it. So how could I expect everybody else to handle the things the right way as they should have?
Yeah, I like what you said. It was a lofty expectation of other people.
Yeah.
My thing is like, even Christians are gonna still be human. Period.
Yeah.
And all the things that come along with being human are human, even, hurting feelings and whatever the case may be, doing bad things. It all goes along with it. And I guess it's just me personally. I've never like been in the church and put people on a pedestal like that. I've always looked at people as people. Like, you just as human as I am. So if you do something effed up, whether it's to me or to somebody else, it's like, I mean, you human. I get it. It's still effed up, and I still may not mess with you anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to just say, skip the church because of, that. You know what I'm saying? But I empathize with it because I understand, like, you do kind of go into church with a certain expectation. I totally get that. But, my thing is, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm there for community and I'm there to, praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, eh.
And I'll say this, like, because this is not excusing the church
Not at all
of their responsibilities, right?
Yeah, not at all.
Because it's some ugly things to go on.
Yeah.
And I don't want nobody listening and think we just out here making excuses for some of the things the church has done and the way some of the church people has treated people.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some ugliness.
100%.
Yeah.
like straight up. And there's some people that don't go, and I've seen some of the things that happen to them, how they be treated and how they've been treated, and I can 100% understand why they never want to step foot in the church.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I said I empathize with it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
I think one of my things is like, because because there was a point where I said, hey, I experienced church hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but then I have to understand that it was the people.
Yeah.
And then so what made me hesitant of getting involved how I was is seeing the inner workings of the church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And there's like this Drake line that I'm probably gonna butcher, but it's like he kind of saying like meeting all his idols is kind of like seeing how magic works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of, I know I probably bullshit it, but it's just like
I was trying to pick it up, like
like for instance, like you see, like let's just say like you do a car, you go to a magic show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you love it, but when you see how the stuff is done, it lessens it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like once I really saw the inner workings of the church, it made me look at church differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it made me kind of be like, this what y'all be on? Like, and honestly, it made me upset because it's like, I feel like I gave up a lot to be around y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the people that I kind of left behind were better than y'all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
I see what you're saying.
When you enter into just a church goer or participant in serving in ministry, and then when you even leave from serving in ministry and step into leadership, you start seeing a lot of different inner workings and I'll use this word because it is what it is, horrific political side of things within a church. And the jockeying for the positions, the wanting to be notarized, the doing whatever you got to do to do this, to the way they, some people handle offerings and all. Like when you start seeing some of the underhanded stuff of that, and it's not all. I want to make that clear. Like it is not all,
but that's the ugly though.
But that's the ugly. That is the ugly side of it.
That's the ugly, and it's like. And sadly, the ugly is what gets talked about.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what gets talked about. It's like, for instance, we all know these pastors that do a lot of prosperity stuff, and they always and they talk about money heavenly so much. You know what I'm saying? And then there's so much stuff going on with money in the church that people have deemed that the ugly side of church when it's not at all. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be mad at them because of how people have done it and treated it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, there's just so many things. Cause what I'm saying is like, for instance, when they have like a TV show, right? In a TV show, and you see like a man talking bad to his wife, or like a woman doing something shady to her husband, right? That stuff didn't originate there. Mm-hmm. That stuff is based off of real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people aren't just like saying, oh, pastors are shady or like people in the church are shady. No, these are real, there's like evidence of this, and then people see this stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just like any other profession. Some people get into it for the wrong reasons.
100%. Yep.
Like that's any profession.
Yep.
Like you got some good mayors out there. You got some crooked ones. People get into things sometimes for the wrong reason. They get into it to take advantage of people. And that's what brings out the ugly side is when you get somebody, everybody got character flaws, but some people just have bad character. And when you get somebody that just has bad character, lacks a total sense of integrity and all of that in leadership, that's just that's what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
And they just may happen to be theologically sound, so they can teach good, or they might have a charismatic attitude and persona that can win people over, but it doesn't change the fact that they lack integrity and have bad character.
100%. Yeah.
And so now they're wowing you with their delivery. They're even drawing you in with truth because they know theology.
Yeah. And think about the truth is it's not going to change.
Yeah. And
God don't change.
So it's not that they're lying to you biblically.
Yeah.
Biblically, they may be giving you sound word. And the teaching that they're teaching could be solid as all get out.
Right.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes be a snake
Mhm.
because their character is bad.
Yeah.
That doesn't make the church bad or the word of God bad.
Yeah.
It makes that person bad.
Right.
And I will say that when you are under a leadership and leadership doesn't like take responsibility for the people that's under their leadership and the things that they do,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if the people under your leadership is running wild, running amok, and doing all this type of stuff and acting a certain way, like I feel this is my opinion, but I feel, hey, that's your responsibility.
Yeah.
to put that in check.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody coming to you like, hey, Deacon so and so, he hugging these women too long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he hugging these women too long, and he married. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And he hugging these married women. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like you like if you turning a blind eye to stuff like that, like understand that first of all, that's you're lacking in your responsibility, and two, what you are doing to people that's seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's responsibility of that. So it's like the church, no, it's not innocent of things, but everything that happens is not the church.
Right.
But there are people in leadership that need to be more active in what goes on in the church.
Yeah, because some things have been just allowed and swept underneath the rug so that the church name and all of that is protected, and when it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The people should be protected before the name is protected.
Facts.
But like I'm saying, like some of these churches, bro, like they quick to sit you down over something. You know what I'm saying? They quick to sit you down. Like a lot of times, man, it's like I don't like when people try to put on an illusion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like because when you put on an illusion, the people that really know, that's only showing them how fake you are. You know what I'm saying? So like you put on an illusion like, hey, like, at this church we follow the rules. So and so, sister so and so got pregnant, and now she's not gonna be in a choir anymore. And because she's not married, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you do that.
But meanwhile, the guy that got her pregnant still singing.
But the guy that pregnant, probably your son, is just still the pastor's son, still kid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that, but that's what I'm
really is.
That's what I'm saying
And
though,
it's
because
unfortunate.
I'm gonna tell you, because women, I'm telling you, a lot of women have gotten a bad rap for that,
Right.
and that's happened a lot, and it's been a lot of devastation to women because they're being punished because the thing they did is it can be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And since the guy stuff can't be seen, stuff gets swept over the rug. But they see her stomach showing,
Right.
and they know. So that's like, that's good. She sat her down. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, he living it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, and sitting somebody down doesn't always address the issue.
It doesn't.
Like just the punishment of saying you
It
can't.
rarely addresses.
It rarely addresses the issue. Oh, you did this, so we're gonna sit you down. Like that doesn't help me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You sitting me down doesn't help me. Let's
Yeah.
talk. Let's work through some of these things. Like be there for me.
Yeah. That's where it's at.
So many
Being
times
there.
people just want to
Exactly.
sit you down, turn it back, and keep it
Yeah,
moving,
mhm.
all in the sense of just protecting the church name while you're hurting the person.
Yeah. Like it's like trying to put somebody on punishment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's not even how God deals with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like God does it, I would say, all the time. Don't just be like, yeah, have a seat down somewhere.
But it's like said, like for instance, like God saying, "Hey, you messed up, so I'm gonna put you right here."
Mm-hmm.
And then while you're there, you're just supposed to be better.
Yeah. Like go in
Like,
time out.
Yeah, it's like
By yourself though. Don't talk to nobody.
And
Right.
that's the reason why timeout doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like saying, "Oh, go to
sit
the
in the
corner."
corner.
Yeah, go over there and think about what you did. But it's like, okay, I thought about what I did and sex feels great. That's how a kid happens.
So leave me alone.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like
It
I
doesn't,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. So
And like I say that to say, like, all of that's the bad, some of the ugly. I've seen some very good, and I know
Mhm.
some very good pastors
I think
that-
we all do.
that have a true heart for the people,
Mm-hmm.
and that is not all about, or even a little bit about, what the offering is going to say.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Don't even pump in prime to get you to give. Like, because I've seen some offerings, and I'm like, this is, I'll never come back here.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, and not even just like, I don't care if you just did anything in church. I think me and B, we was performing at a concert, and we was performing. It was a rap concert for gospel rap. The offering was like an hour.
I was about to say, where was this at? But no.
You remember though what
I
I'm
do
talking
remember
about?
that happening. Yeah,
Like the
I
offering
definitely
was
remember
like
that
an
happening.
hour of
Oh
pumping
my
and trying to
gosh,
prime
man.
everybody to give something.
Yeah.
I've like I said, I've been in stuff like that where like, you know, and this was like, I was at a thing and it was like a singer, you know, kind of well-known singer,
Yeah.
not super famous, but like known.
Mm-hmm.
And she was there and it starts talking like, this like, are everybody gonna like $100 or something like that?
Yeah.
And then talking about like, if you don't have 100, like put your 20 with this person's 50 and other, you know,
Yeah.
like all this stuff because people weren't coming up.
It's still 20.
And they kind of said something about like making sure nobody leave, bro.
They was holding y'all hostage?
Bro, of course I left. I don't care. Of course, you know, I'm not, you know.
That's crazy.
It was
God
like-
told me that. God told me that
Yeah, I'm not
it's-
rolling.
10 people in here with a $500 offering,
I can't stand that stuff, man.
and
It's-
he's going to bless you. You just gotta. You may not even have. Don't worry about that bill that you got. God's gonna take care of that bill.
That's not
You
how
give that
works.
$500.
That's
I'm-
not how that works.
I'm gonna tell you, but like, right here's the thing though.
Ugh.
People, man, people going broke over this. People losing
Seriously.
houses over this.
Yeah.
People like there's a person right now lights are off at their house because they believe that the pastor, hey, give me your last $100.
Right.
Don't pay your light bill. Give me your $100.
And then use scripture to try to.
And then
back
they'll
that
call the
up, and I
pastor
hate
like,
that.
Hey,
God,
pastor, I gave that $100
crazy.
in an offering, and my lights is off. Can the church help me? Everything with daughter. I'm just gonna need you to trust God.
Yeah. And that's so
Like, I can't
manipulative.
see.
It's so
Like, I'm in the dark.
manipulative, bro. And I hate that.
When you can't see
Oh,
God,
I hate that.
you gotta feel God.
Yeah, that's so charismatic to say.
It's
Because I'm just being like silly when I say it, but it is.
And
It's
even
like,
when you
dang,
can't see him, I promise you, he's near you.
they sound great.
it sounds great.
It
Meanwhile, they're in the
sounds
dark.
amazing.
Meanwhile, they're in the dark.
Yeah,
Hey, pastor, I'm hungry.
the Lord will provide. Yeah, like I said, it's real manipulative.
It's real manipulative.
and I do not. I don't.
And
like
and
that.
I
I don't like that.
and I love God. I love the church, but I don't want for any reason to think that I endorse any of that foolishness.
Yeah, not even
because
close.
I've seen it. Like, bro, people,
No, I've seen some crazy
big
stuff.
conferences,
I'm
they
sure we all
literally
have.
will call a pastor, pay him to come in, just for one thing, to raise the offering. He ain't the preacher. He ain't the one they call to speak. They'll say, "Hey, Doc, you know how to raise the offering." He'll say, "How much you need me to raise?"
That's nasty work, bro. That is nasty work.
And so
They'll go back, count it, in the back room after the first offering.
We need some more.
If they short of where their goal is, they're going to raise another offering. Now, here's the thing. I'm not totally against that in this regard, what I mean by this, so I can clean this up. If they are trying to do something, kingdom-minded, community-minded, anything like that, and you be honest with the people.
Yeah.
We are trying to raise this amount of money to do this.
That's rarely the talk.
That's rarely the talk.
Yeah. And my thing is you don't have to raise it all right then and there on that night at that time.
And if you be honest with the people, this is what we're trying to get. Give what you can give to help us get there.
Exactly.
We appreciate it. And then if it falls short, it falls short.
And then my thing is too, like we was again trying, like kind of joking about, you know, the lady calls the pastor and is like, yeah, my lights is off. He's like, the Lord will provide. I'm like, okay, use that same logic when you don't raise as much offering as you thought you was.
The Lord will provide your building fund.
You know what I'm saying? So when Mother so-and-so get up and say, Pastor, just like cut my lights off, the Lord gonna provide, get y'all this money.
But she'll be out of line, as she said.
Why you to giving this offering? Because the Lord's gonna provide you this new
right,
building.
Yeah. It goes both ways. Is he or is he not gonna provide?
Right. And that's my thing. It's like, if you're gonna be honest with what you're trying to do and not manipulate people, but then
that's
like
the ugly side.
Don't try to be mad, talk down, or whatever about those who can't give.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody that's giving ain't giving with the right heart.
Yeah, 100%. Because at the end of the day, that's really what matters.
It's really what
it's
matters.
the heart behind what you're giving. It ain't the amount, and it never has been the amount.
The Bible teaches that.
It has never been the amount.
I'm gonna tell
it is
you,
about the heart behind the gift.
Listen, man, I sometimes I literally feel like walking out, but I get so tired of shall a man rob God? I'm just like
it's impossible to rob God.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's impossible.
So like. And I'm not trying to make this into like, you know,
like a theology.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you this: if you hold to a law or a standard, you have to hold to them all.
Simple as that.
That's
you know what I'm saying.
That's it.
So like that's like that's the basis of it.
It's across the board.
That's the basis of it. And I'm gonna tell you, and just like. There, like I know a lot. Though you may think so, but there's more than 12 laws and commandments.
10,
you know, or 10.
Yeah,
there's more than 10.
There's hundreds.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so what I'm gonna tell you is, if you want to start holding people to all this stuff, I want you to go look at all them hundreds of laws and make sure you are holding by them.
Every single one of them.
Or you can just pay attention to first. The greatest too. Love God,
love people.
That's it.
And if you
Simple.
if you adhere to that, it will drive your decision making and how you handle things so
there it is.
Much better.
Clap it up for that.
The good churches, the good leaders, the good pastors, the thing that you see the most, they love God and they really love people.
Facts.
They are affecting their community. If there is a church in your community and you ain't feeling touched by that church that's in that community, it's something wrong.
Yeah.
If you give into a church and that church can't help you in some form or fashion in the time of need, there is something wrong. Now, that ain't saying the church got to help you every time because you bad with your finances.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified that.
But I would say, like if something happened and you need to hold a funeral somewhere and something, like, the church, like, and this is my opinion, like, the church should be, okay, we got you.
Yeah.
Or if it's something like, hey, you know, our refrigerator, lights, came out, all the food in our bad. Hey, the church should be able to give you a gift card to Price Chopper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I said, because if you are really for these people, you can't be for these people just on Sundays and Bible study on Wednesday.
And they should be able to give to you without putting your business in the street in front of the congregation to raise money for you.
Oh, my God.
Like, such and such lights went out. The refrigerator, all their food spoiled. We're going to raise a special offer for this person. No.
Yeah, no.
Yo,
put
you
my
got
business
it
out there. Yeah.
You already got it.
That's crazy.
And if you struggling that much to not have it, ask yourself, should your church be open?
Yeah.
Because the same God that you're saying going to provide for them don't look like he's providing for you.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, and if you really affecting a community, man, like you really have to see, like, man, I don't know, at a 2-block span, man, you got like 10 churches. Come on, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just and this what I would say. Like, we have to really start saying, what can I do for people, and not just like what can we do for people? Because sometimes we think that we have to branch off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be like, do our own thing, man, and that just and that stifles us, because it's like, man, you got this church for 5 years and you got 2 members.
Yeah.
You got like 5 members, and 3 of them is your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not saying God ain't told you to do this, but what I am saying, there's a lot.
I am.
What I am saying is this. I'm saying is, you have to look at motives.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at yourself, because you can want to do something. Like, you can want it so bad that you talk to yourself and say it's God's voice you hear.
Right. And
Wanting to be a pastor is
and my
crazy
thing
to
is,
me. Wanting that responsibility is wild. I'm straight.
you can be called to preach. You can be good at it. It could be what God wants you to do. That does not still equate that you're called to pastor.
Yeah, real talk.
You can be called to pastor, does not necessarily mean that you have called to be the lead pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you got 2 members
Yeah.
5 years later. Because you're thinking that you were called to be the lead when you was calling to be to support.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to decipher between these 2, because when you don't, you mess people up.
Facts. Real talk.
Because you're trying to force something and feed something that God is not giving you to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving you to support somebody else and help somebody else's ministry thrive, but you want your name on the door.
Yeah.
You want your own parking spot.
Yeah.
And now you got a whole parking lot
Yeah.
because you ain't got no people.
You know, and I would
your
tell you,
pick.
so like there, like, the ugly side of church is what's get talked about, and what people see. And I'm gonna tell you, it waters down the good,
It absolutely does.
because there are so many good things that these church out here doing.
Mhm.
There are pastors, and my pastor's one of them, that is like solid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like solid people, man. But it's like, if you have this hurt, these things you experiencing, that you have experienced, like, you have to understand that those were fallible people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those were fallible people, and what they did was wrong. What they did to you is not justifying anything.
Right.
That it was wrong. But in the midst of that, like, that's not something that should that you should look at as saying, hey, I'm done with church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not gonna be able to do this anymore. Like, you have to understand that moving on, if you like, now listen, like, you don't have to stay at the same church.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that, but don't use that hurt to justify you not doing anything.
Yeah. And then my thing is, I mean, if you just make the decision to not go to church anymore, cool.
Okay.
That's your decision to make.
Yeah.
Don't let it
Cool.
pull you away from the Lord.
Yeah.
Read your
Totally
Bible, get in your
fine.
word,
Yeah.
get to know him for yourself, as you should do anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll clean this up too, based on what I said, because I don't want nobody to be like, well, just because you got a large church don't mean you called either, because it doesn't.
It definitely doesn't.
Don't despise small beginnings.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're at that small, then that's all you ever get to. And sometimes for some people, 50 people is what God called you to pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So quit trying to grow that 50 into 200
Right. Right.
and just focus on the 50.
talk.
Don't focus on church growth.
Yeah.
This is where my thing is. Focus on loving people.
Mhm.
And if you love people the right way, God will send you what he wants you to have.
Nah, real talk.
And if you haven't grown, now, like, again, if you just got 2 people, bro, evaluate what you're doing.
Yeah.
But there's some horrible churches with thousands in them.
Facts.
Real talk. And
So don't equate big.
Facts.
Don't
Yeah.
equate how notarized the church is and how popular they are to doing the right things either. Because
Yeah.
they don't always equate to that.
Real talk.
We'll talk.
It's some very small, average size,
Very.
great churches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's some great little small family churches. That mainly all the people there is their
Yeah.
immediate
And they
big
do it in
family.
their house.
And that's 20, 30 that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure your vision is clear on what you're created to do.
Yeah.
Because when it's not, you hurt people.
Right.
And people then carry this hurt on for years and years because I trust people, if y'all been hurt, it is some good places out there.
Yeah.
And I ain't throwing out, I'm not going to throw out no names of good places here in Kansas City or anywhere else. Seek the Lord.
Yeah.
Seek God. Ask Him. Find out what you really want in the church. Because most churches provide different things and offer different things and different places in different people.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you go there for a moment in time don't mean you called to be there forever either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Seasons change. Because some pastors treat you like once you get there, you ain't never supposed to leave.
Yeah.
Like you bound there for life. Like,
Right.
no, you
They
are.
hold you hostage.
Like,
yeah.
you created this and you said this was you. You here.
Yeah.
God may just be passing somebody else through
Mm-hmm.
to bring what they need to bring to you in your house and your church. And now it's time for them to go somewhere else and help out another. Like, you never know what it is. That's why you got to stay in the face of God.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it ain't all about the building.
Facts.
Like, so church hurt, good, bad, and ugly. What's the good, bad, and ugly within you?
Yeah.
and that's going to, and like I said, that's going to dictate how you view things and how you handle them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's hard to see the good when you're experiencing the bad and the ugly, but we can't act like that the good's not there.
Because, like, I've seen people make posts and they'll ask, like, I want to get back in church. What's a good church for me to go to? So everybody just get on there and just start throwing out their church.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, like, in my questions, I'll just put the question, what are you looking for?
Right. Yeah.
What are you looking to do?
What are you looking to do? What are you looking to
Mhm.
accomplish? What are you looking for in the church? And sometimes, like, it's been places where I've been for church and somebody be like, this is what I'm looking for. I will suggest to them another spot that ain't where I'm at.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I'll tell them, like,
Yeah.
hey, if this is what you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
we're not, where I'm at is a great church, but it's
Yeah.
not strong in the area that you're looking for. But here's somewhere that I think is.
Right.
Go
Because some
ch-
churches
yeah.
might have like a strong, like youth group presence.
Right.
And they have kids. So they want, to get their
Yeah.
kids involved in that area. It's definitely
It's-
different things.
It's
you know
definitely,
what I mean?
but like Rece says, like, there is no mold. So like I'm not gonna sell you, hey, come to this church because I know about, because even though I have a great church, it still may not be for you
Right.
on what you need at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, so it takes some investigating.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And like investigating, you have to really do the work because,
All right.
and I'm gonna tell you, there's a great payoff for it
It is.
when you find where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The church has helped my life significantly.
Yeah.
The building,
Yeah.
the people in it. Yeah, it's been some rocky roads, some hurt and all that came through it, but overall,
Right.
I owe a lot to who I am and where I am today to some people that I've came across in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, hell. Like,
Well, yeah, that's fair.
without the church, we wouldn't be sitting here, most likely.
No, real talk.
You know, like,
that's-
none of us.
like real talk. Like
Sure.
there's a like I said, one like lady, my church, man. When I first started, who got me to go to church at first, up here. I mean, literally, if it would not have been for her coming to my life, I literally wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be where I am professionally. But
Yeah,
she
man.
got me into church, and she gave me my first job working with kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I literally wouldn't be where I am right now, like sitting here and like you know what I'm saying, like where I am, in my career.
Yeah.
Like everything would have been altered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there is so much good that can come out of like being attached to people that's really doing what God says to love people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you, if you know anything about the Bible, you have to understand that God don't play about his people. That's one thing you have to know. God
true.
don't play about his people, man. And the people that really are like loving other people, man, like that's who you can like show like are really the people you want to like gravitate to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Like those are the people, man, because there's a lot of people out there saying that they love God, but treat people terribly.
Hey, real talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, surround yourself about people that love God, man.
How can
And-
you love
and
God
I
who
feel-
you haven't seen?
And I feel like if you'll know how much they love God is by how much they love the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Facts.
that's biblical.
Yeah.
Real
So,
talk. Yeah.
How can you love God who you haven't seen
Yeah.
if you can't love your neighbor
Yeah.
It's facts.
who you see every day?
Yeah.
If they can't love people, they don't love God.
Yeah.
If they treat people horribly, they don't love God.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying they perfect in every way that they
Right.
treat people. 'cause
Yeah.
None
yeah,
of us
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good stuff.
Hey,
That
good
is
stuff,
good
man.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
That was a
The
good
good, the
talk
bad,
right
the
there.
Hey man, if
Yeah.
you've been against the church, man, give it another try.
Give it another try, man.
Slowly.
Investigate. Don't,
Right.
like
no, real talk.
do things a little differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, man. We out here.
We out here.
Good way to come back.
If you ain't a believer in this episode, probably not for you.
Right.
Probably
Or it
should've-
might be.
Probably should have said it at the beginning.
Nah, you gonna hear this
We're
word.
gonna hear this. Love Jesus. Jesus saves.
All right, man. We out.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Holla.
Yeah.